Those flushable wipes you're using at home could be causing some serious issues for your area's waste system. Spencer Wilson reports on one Colorado crew that took a close look at the trouble that so-called flushable wipes can cause.
There's standard maintenance to clear pipes of fat, oil, and grease, or together, fog.
After a while, it does get looking like cottage cheese, and it gets thick.
Curtis Gutierrez says he's played with RC cars as a kid. Now he works with one.
It's an expensive one, so I take care of it.
It snakes through drains to show where fog is coming from and can pinpoint whose home is the culprit.
That's forward, this is backwards, side to side.
So what does this have to do with flushable wipes? Fog is just one part of the equation. Flushable wipes are the other part, and they are anything but flushable.
That's what it says, but it's not. It causes a huge problem.
Nick Verdi has seen firsthand what happens when the combination of wipes and grease cause blockages.
And you have a manhole overflowing, or you got wastewater backing up into homes or businesses, you definitely have to have a strong stomach.
That's where Chris Fernandez comes in.
This right here is a step screen.
He's got a great attitude about his job.
Smells like my mortgage payment.
Especially when you consider he's helping to separate what he calls non-organics.
Baby wipes, grease, toys, plastics, underwear, things like that.
While this fecal-covered escalator helps separate, that fog and wipe combo can still create some sewage nightmares.
We've had balls of rag balls literally this big, about 50 pounds, and then we put those up, and then we put it in the roll-off.
With a rake or a pitchfork.
You get used to it. Yeah, definitely get used to it.
Springs Utilities ask people to not flush those flushable wipes and to not pour grease or fat down the drain. They say let it cool and then just throw it out. The FBI is reviewing the fatal police shooting of Devon Bailey to determine whether it involved a civil rights violation. Bailey was shot on August 3rd by Colorado Springs police officers, and body camera footage shows officers talking to Bailey and another man about an armed robbery reported nearby before the shooting. Officers say they found a gun in Bailey's pants. The El Paso County Sheriff's Office investigated and turned over its evidence to the district attorney, but prosecutors have not yet announced the results of their review. It's one of the most prestigious fossil shows in the country, bringing in dealers and buyers from all over the globe. Well, one dealer thought he was safe leaving a trailer in the lot, but now he's hoping people can help him find it and the priceless artifacts inside. Jeff Todd has more.
We found the largest fossil bird ever found in North America, articulated with feathers.
For more than 40 years, Thomas Lindgren has been in the business of fossils.
This is one of the most complete fossil crocodiles ever found in the Eocene of Wyoming.
Now he's hoping people will help find another rare piece of his.
A one-of-a-kind fossil shark that I was bringing to show the museum. It's the only known skeleton of a Tychodus, which is a crusher shark, that has ever been found. And we've had it for a while, and I've been contacting museums.
The fossils were inside this trailer.
But see, this was a brand new trailer. I bought it 9 days ago.
It was filled with other artifacts that are 52 million years old. Lindgren parked it on the west side of the hotel like he was told to, but there wasn't around-the-clock security like he assumed.
This isn't just stealing somebody's trailer. This is stealing science and stealing important pieces that belong somewhere else.
The pieces have a combined value of about $100,000, but Lindgren says some were priceless.
I still hold out hope that we're going to find this one way or the other. We just need to get the word out there.
Aurora police are investigating, and the artifacts have also been registered with a special group of paleontologists and dealers so that they can be on the lookout for the rare pieces. Lindgren also says if they are returned, he won't ask any questions or press any charges. Between 50 and 100 cats are being impounded with the Humane Society taken from a different shelter due to possible animal neglect. The Humane Society says in the past week, 4 cats have died while several other cats have gotten very sick. Law enforcement officials say the Steel City Alley Cats Coalition in Pueblo failed 3 inspections reports for unsafe conditions and not providing proper medical care. Charges could be filed, but right now officers are focusing on getting the cats out and healthy.
The initial investigation came from just concerns that there were cats on the property that weren't looking good, and you know, we wanted to make sure that they were getting the care that they needed. We just evaluate each animal as an individual, and you know, we are a supporter of the socially conscious sheltering mindset, in that each animal, you know, the outcome is different for each and every animal, and some of that might include adoption, some of them might have transfers, and you know, sometimes the most compassionate thing we can do is humane euthanasia. And you know, it's just really sad, because this is, you know, a second example, you know, in the most recent months that Pueblo really has seen, you know, from the no-kill movement.
And those cats are now staying at the Humane Society in Pueblo and Colorado Springs. A Colorado pizza shop does more than just make meals. In fact, Blackjack Pizza in Aurora has also had a life-altering impact on numerous people who entered the establishment. Lance Hernandez reports.
I know the hundreds of youth that this Blackjack has trained, mentored, taught, and sent out into the community.
How are we doing on drivers, Scott?
Ronald Burdett purchased this pizza shop with the goal of helping young kids like the previous owner helped him.
One day, a young man came into the store. He asked for an application, but he could barely see over the counter.
It totaled $14.84.
Burdett applied for a job there because of that negative experience at his previous job,
where they had me cleaning the floors on my hands and knees with napkins.
Ed Jeffords sensed something in the young man and hired him on the spot.
He started teaching me work ethics. He started teaching me responsibility, discipline, consequences.
Jeffords gave Burdett the structure he wasn't getting at home.
Ron just was a sponge. He soaked in the entire atmosphere that we had within our store.
We're on the two largest.
After graduation from high school, Burdett joined the Marines and then switched to the Army. After retiring recently, he purchased the shop from Jeffords. His goal? To mentor others.
It is fun but stressful at the same time.
His general manager, Halima Abushama, has the same goal.
I lost my father when I was 12 years old. He was murdered in my house.
She says Jeffords helped her cope in ways she didn't realize until she reached adulthood.
I don't look at life as like the money that you make or the property that you own. I look at it as in the life that you have affected.
And switching gears a little bit, it's time to get ready for a bit of a cuteness overload. So we're going to check back in with the adorable lion cub at the Denver Zoo, who was caught on camera playing with its family last week. The cub was born in July and still has no name, but you can vote for one of 3 names on the zoo's website. The options are Meru, which is the name of a mountain in Tanzania, Moremi, the name of a game reserve in Botswana, or Tatu, which is the Swahili word for the number 3, and that's because its mother, Nalaya, this is her 3rd lion cub. So, Megan, I think I know what I'm going to vote for. What are you going to go for here?
I'm going to think of going for the first one.
Okay.
It seems the most creative. That's what I'm going with. What was that again? It was
Meru, maybe?
Meru?
My probably very butchered pronunciation of it.
You know, you tried. Sometimes you just can't win them all, right?
I think so.
There you go. All right, well, let's talk about some weather this morning, shall we? Because it looks absolutely beautiful outside. Take a look at our America's Mattress Live Tower camera. Wow, look at that. As we start most of the day, we're actually going to see some very clear conditions outside, and all the details on all of that for your Thursday morning coming up in just a few minutes. But let's take a look at our pollen forecast this morning, brought to us by Allergy and Asthma Center of Western Colorado. We'll be right back.